doesn't want to know what really is meditation? How to transcend into higher states of consciousness, to experience our true potential as divine beings, to know God on earth in our lifetime. First, from one who knows, Paramahansa Yogananda teaches, meditation is the effort to realize and express that pure consciousness which is the reflection or image of God within you. When meditation is practiced scientifically, you can calm the mind, breath and heart and take your energies inside, where you can perceive your soul's oneness with bliss. This soul perception dissolves the sense of mortal limitations and will deliver not only the greatest joy, but also more peace, wisdom and love than you could ever imagine. This is the state of being which has been realized by yogis since ancient times and which is now available to us all. This is the key, that it is now available to us all. So what is meditation? I think it would be wise to talk about the before stages, and I am purposefully going to refrain from using yogic terminology and Sanskrit words because I want to try to explain it first in a more Western way. Even though its birthplace is in the East, I want to address that there exists a difference between an Eastern mind and a Western psyche. I believe this is why we may at first, in the beginning, struggle so much to understand meditation. So let's go back to the before stages, using just English language, if you will allow. In meditation, there is a scientific process that happens. Think of alchemy, resulting in transformation, because this is what happens within you in true meditation. And I am not talking about mindfulness. Meditation is not mindfulness. To reach the meditative state, the yogi has prepared the body and the mind after many years, even lifetimes, and understands how to magnetize and transmute the energy of the body into the spine via the spinal highway to the medulla oblongata and the Christ consciousness center or spiritual eye. Through scientific breathwork, wisdom from thousands of years ago, the lungs are rid of accumulated carbon dioxide that causes restlessness in the body and therefore the mind. Without correct preparation, the stillness needed would be impossible to achieve. In the process before meditation, the senses of the body, your five sense perception, which by the way are likened to wild horses, withdraws, and energy is concentrated into the spine. So if you think of the inside of the body as a network or web, all the energy or life force is being magnetized into the spine and here moves up and down the central channel to the back of the head, the medulla oblongata, which coincidentally is directly opposite the spiritual eye, not a coincidence at all. Deep concentration is the prerequisite to meditation. All your focus channeling here at the spiritual eye as your awareness of energy moves freely up and down the spine. Nothing can distract you, not the body, not the thinking mind. In this state, you have transcended to higher consciousness. You know in your life when you have been completely absorbed in something, focused one-pointedly, losing sense of yourself and your surroundings, other people. This is what happens before the state of meditation, known as concentration. Obviously, there is a proper yogic terminology for all of this, but I have promised not to use yoga philosophy, and this is quite difficult because yoga has given me personally the deepest, clearest understanding. I'm trying to keep this as clear as I can for you because we are all at different stages of our spiritual evolution, especially those of you who are beginning. So the state of meditation happens after concentration is achieved, and being able to concentrate on one thing is the challenge. Try not to think of it as emptying the mind, as this is a myth of meditation. Actually, try not to think at all. It sounds like training is required. Training, dedication, discipline, devotion and regularity with the right amount of guidance, right guidance. So how do we practice to concentrate? First, your meditation posture is important, and how you prepare your body and your meditation space, and you definitely don't need anything fancy. In all my years of practice and teachers, and finally being led to my guru, I would say that establishing a regular daily practice is the key to unlock your true spiritual potential and bring you the quickest, most effective progress spiritually. So what is this oneness we hear of? Oneness with what? And this is also the why. Why meditate? What is the purpose of it all? Simply put, the oneness is whatever your intuition feels it to be. And this is deeply connected to where you are on your spiritual journey. For some, it is the source of all creation, divine spirit, God, or an aspect of God such as Divine Mother, peace, joy, or love. When one is completely absorbed in oneness, the highest state is that of a God-realized yogi, and is rarely reached in one lifetime, unless as an avatar, a divine incarnation, one who attains union with spirit and then returns to earth to help mankind. An example is Jesus. However, any progress we make spiritually in this lifetime benefits our many lifetimes. Next question then, why meditate? Simply put, to commune with God or divine spirit, to transcend the body and mind. Because inside us all is a spark of divinity. In deepest meditation, we are not the body or the mind. We experience ourself as one with spirit. We are answering our soul call every time we sit in meditation, ever expanding our consciousness to truly know ourself, our potential and true being, and more importantly, why we are here, where we are going, the the purpose and meaning of life. This may sound lofty, even beyond our understanding, but I promise you, the more you develop your meditation, the more you will understand. You already know, but in meditation we remember who we are. Saints, sages, yogis and avatars already know. Imagine having your greatest questions in life answered. Yoga meditation answers your questions, guiding you ever inward, allowing respite from the material life that yoga teaches is an illusion. So to close and recap, because I purposefully want to keep this as short as possible. Number 1, set an intention to practice every day, at least twice a day, morning and evening. Whoever you are, you can fit this in, because the art of spiritual living is being able to, whilst still tending to your worldly duties and responsibilities. 2, find a quiet place where you will be undisturbed. 3, know the importance of correct meditation posture. And 4, have faith. Practice patience, be open and receptive, listen in the silence. Initially, you are developing a better relationship between you and you, your higher self, your soul. You will learn so much about yourself. So notice what arises. Your awareness will heighten. You may see the light of the spiritual eye and much more. We have to learn, though, not to have expectations, and certainly not anyone else's experience. It must be our own. Finally, a verse from the Bible. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. If any of this resonates with you, I invite you to leave me a comment. How did you feel listening to these words? And to visit my website. You can message me there for when I am next offering one-to-one spiritual coaching sessions, or for when I create anything new that may be of interest to you. For now, I say goodbye, wishing you love and blessings on your spiritual journey. Thank you for being here. See you next week.